What is a VLAN? If you ask most network people that, they'll say it's a virtual LAN. And you go, no, not what does it stand for? What is it? Well, to understand what a virtual LAN is, you need to understand how a normal LAN or local area network really works. When you take a usual switch out of the box and start plugging devices into it, they will need to be a part of the same TCP/IP subnet. So maybe this guy is 10.1.1.50. This guy is 10.1.1.51. That's their IP address. And with the /24 simply means that anything with 10.1.1 is part of the same network as them. Now, these guys are fully able to access each other. They're able to access network resources. But you start running into an issue of broadcasts. As the network grows, there's going to be more and more broadcasts. As those two computers become 20, as they become 200 and 2,000 computers with your business growth, just naturally the number of broadcasts, which is a message that goes to everybody, increase. It has to happen because that's how the computers get IP addresses. It's how they find network resources. It's how they communicate with each other. So broadcasts are a natural byproduct of networks, but they slow things down. They slow down the network and even the individual computers plugged into the network. Second off, you have an issue of security, as in the not so kind person over on the left can fully access the kind person on the right, and they're trying to steal all of their network data, and it's impossible to prevent that from happening without really getting a high-end switch that has some crazy kind of layer 2 features. But that's why VLANs are there, is to protect against that. What a VLAN does, and that's why it has the name virtual LAN, is it takes one switch or one typical network and breaks it into multiples. Now, right here I have an example of two VLANs, but it could be 20 or 200 different VLANs that you have in your organization. We've got the blue people, which we'll say this is the accounting group, and we've got the red people, which maybe are the salespeople. You want to keep those separate, first off, because of the security. Those scandalous salespeople want to find out what each other are making, so they're trying to hack into the accounting department. By putting a VLAN in here, imagine putting a switch over your leg and going snap into two pieces, because that's really what you've done. There used to be a show called Get Smart. Maybe you saw it. And one thing that would always happen is there was always a guy who would demand the cone of silence, the main character. It was a way that they would prevent wiretapping. So think of this as the original VLAN, to where I demand a cone of silence between the accounting department and the sales department. I don't want anything to communicate between them. Well, when you use a VLAN, that's exactly what you get. You get a security boundary and broadcast separations. Accounting broadcasts stay with the accounting people.